Hey all, Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. Just early morning, heading out this KOA. Gonna cross the mighty Mackinac Bridge. This place got dumped on with rain day before. Flooded. The ground is just totally saturated here. It's supposed to get more rain later here too. They told me they actually had to shuttle people in carts in and out of the office. Look at that. After a day or so, still big puddles. All right, we're gonna cross one mighty big bridge. Gonna head over to Mackinaw City, explore a couple of lighthouses, and then keep trucking south. We're gonna do some miles today. Got a little sunrise going with the clouds. Not bad, huh? This is a toll bridge. Up here, I forget. I think it's $4 something like that. Cross over this strait. Separates Lake Huron and Lake Michigan. I believe they close this down once a year. They do a walkover. You can actually walk this bridge. It's a few miles to get over it too. All right, here we go. Right over Mackinaw City. Here we come. Nice. Whoa, boy, did you see that? That seagull flew right in front of me. Wow. It's kind of warm and humid. They say once the heat picks up this afternoon, gonna have thunderstorms, but I'm on a mission. Once we get done exploring here, I'm heading for Ohio. This will be our last little excursion through Michigan here. I'm gonna pick up the pace. All right, I got all the cameras mounted. Enjoy the views. What a structure and what a bridge. This is a full-blown interstate here. Connects the Upper Peninsula to the lower part of Michigan. Just huge. That is metal grating that you can see right down to the water. That's how everything drains off this thing. Imagine crossing this in the winter, because they get some severe winters here. That's Lake Michigan off to the right there. As we're crossing over. Out that direction's Lake Huron. Oh, got a bug. He's freeloading. There he goes. Pretty cool, huh? Well, hopefully when we get over the first lighthouse, we'll catch a little bit more of that sunrise there. That's pretty. Very pretty. Alrighty, we made it across. Too bad a big ship wasn't coming underneath one of the big barges. That would have been kind of cool to see. Very fast pace, you can't stop. So, but we're across. Alright, right up here is Mackinaw City. I'm gonna get some fuel. There's a really nice beach lighthouse. I've been there before. I thought that'd be a cool little place to get a few pictures and video. Then we're gonna keep trucking. Should be the very first exit up here. You can see it off to the left. Oh no, not real good. The lighthouse. Neat town. There is boat tours. There's an island you can go out to. There's all kinds of stuff to do here. Campgrounds. That's a fort off to the right. I'm not going to do that. I've filmed that before, the fort. Okay, this should be my exit coming up. And I need to make a left. There's a low overpass that the van won't clear, or it'd be really, really close. So let's go ahead and we'll cut through town a little bit. It's early. I doubt if anyone's up. Look at that. Traffic lights are still flashing. There's that hot dog place. I never did stop there. Okay, this is downtown Mackinaw City. And not a single car parked down here yet. There's one. So you got little businesses, cafes, shops. There's our sunrise popping up. Okay, straight across, those are the ferry services that'll take you out to the islands. Well, these times I'll do that. Dixie Saloon there. But this town really caters for the tourists. Okay, if I remember right, should be able to go straight. Take us right up to the lighthouse parking lot. And that's Lake Huron off to the right. That's our third Great Lake. How'd you like to live here? Absolutely beautiful this time of year. Nice and green. Looks like they're fixing up some of these houses. Anymore, a lot of these places are like those Airbnb and rentals and all those. There's a big van sitting there. There's a Super 8 motel. Looks like another motel here too. Okay, I think this is it. Yep, there's our lighthouse. Well, what do you think? Take a little walk? Heck yeah. It won't be open. I filmed the inside of this a couple years ago. I'll put links down for that video. Pretty morning. Get a good view of the bridge, lighthouse, then we'll keep trucking. Actually, there's a second lighthouse I want to stop. If we can find it on our way out of town. Old Mackinac Point. There's actually fort from way back in the day. It's an actual archaeology site. They still dig it. And you got the lighthouse here. It's a state park. Michigan has a lot of good state parks to explore. You can camp here. There's the fort, which there's video on that. Once again, I'll put links down for those. But what a neat old lighthouse. Nowadays, all the ships, they got the GPS and satellites, and they get through pretty good. Bunch of shipwrecks out there too. Now you can really see the size of the bridge, huh? Huge, isn't it? Absolutely huge. We just crossed over that. You never hear the stories of the ships that the lighthouse saves. It's always the ones that wreck, huh? Probably tens of thousands used that. Lighthouse keeper would live here, all their families would be running around. Of course, I bet back in them days it was pretty remote. Mackinac Point Lighthouse. Looks like 1892 to 1958 it was used. Now it's a maritime museum. Huh. Looks new. I mean, it is so well kept. Isn't it pretty here? Just get a good view of everything. There's your Kodak moment with the blue sky and the clouds behind it. Just need a little bit of sunshine hit the building. Photographer's dream here. And the big old foghorn. I think that was a gift shop or something, if I remember right. All right, that's the same sign as the other side. Well, I'll walk the path a little bit. Get a little closer to the water. Well, what do you think? We'll go find that other lighthouse. I'm going to take a different way out of town here instead of just jumping on the interstate. I thought we'd cut over and follow the shoreline of Lake Michigan a little bit. One last look at that mighty lighthouse. Isn't that pretty? There's our sunshine. Now, there is your perfect Kodak moment. And there's no one here except us. Isn't that cool? Alright, we're actually going to truck a little west. About 3-4 miles. Get over that other lighthouse. Off to the right, underneath the bridge, there's the visitor center for that old fort, if you're interested in going there. And there's that low clearance part. I would probably sneak under there by an inch or two. Not willing to risk it. I might make it. Alright, I'm gonna grab some fuel real quick. I won't bore you with that. And then we'll head over for the other lighthouse. All fueled up. I checked emails. I sat at the gas station for a little bit and also checked the weather. Ever since I hit that turbulent weather in Minnesota, I've been keeping a little closer eye on that weather app. Looks like when I start dropping south, I'm going to be running straight into a bunch of rain. It's coming in from the east. Okay, got to make a right here. We'll find that other lighthouse. According to the phone, should be right up here off to the right. Everything's so tree lined in here, it hides stuff. I see the sign. McGulpin Point Lighthouse. Here's the parking. And check it out. No one's here. Heck yeah. Gotta get out early to see this stuff. Plus, I'm gonna do a bunch of miles. Today is the actual travel day. We're just kind of getting our sightseeing done in early. Let's see. Okay, I see it. Yay. Let me get parked. We'll take a little walk. Humid this morning. All the rain they've had. I sprayed down with some bug spray too. Mosquitoes are pretty thick. There it is. Yay. Smaller one than the Mackinac Point one. Looks brand new though, doesn't it? Oh man. Move the straits. Look at the eagles. Wow. Definitely don't see that out west. It's like picnic tables. You can come here, have a little lunch. Probably at some point you could look out to the water. It's too overgrown. Oh, here's the keeper. Waiting for us. James Davenport. 1879 to 1906. James was here. Handwritten letters he wrote. Part of his family history here. Isn't that cool? Buying clothes, man. He was paid $540 a year to live here and work. Cheesin Trail. At the end of this trail rests the shoreline of the straits, Mackinaw, where we crossed over on the bridge. Crossing the straits, yeah. That is a feat of engineering, that bridge. That is something, because they get ice, freezing, I mean, all kinds of stuff, heavy fog. Wonder how many ships have hit the bridge. Of course, nowadays with the GPS, probably doesn't happen. Well, pretty darn cool. There it is. Mr. Davenport's home. I see a few more storyboards up here. Probably original brick. And windows. Here you go. What's this? Shipwrecks. Oh boy. William H. Barnum. Wow. A lot of them buried in the bottom of the straits. Cedarville. Oh, that's a big one, huh? That's one of the big barges. The fog got that one. See, it even pinpoints where the wrecks are. Minneapolis. Huh. Out of Chicago. Sunk here. Incredible. Those are big ships. So it looks like just on the other side of the bridge. Eber Ward sank quickly. It hit ice, see? Wow. There's part of the crew. Whew. Yep, brings back reality to all this stuff, huh? James W. Bennett. 216 boys were among the fire, scalded to death. Eek. On the Bennett. Oh my goodness, there they are. lost their lives in a shipwreck here. Here's another one. Carl D. Bradley. That's one of them big barges, too. Huh. Well, history. They're saving it right here. What a neat little stop. It's kind of out here out of the way, too. More of the lighthouses around here. More of the wrecks. Wow. It's amazing, isn't it? Looks like you can get inside. They got hours for it. McGulpin Point, a work in progress. Well, they have restored this beautifully. My goodness. Heck yeah. All right, well, feels like rain. All right, to the van we go. Okay, I'm going to do something slightly different here. I thought about just cutting back to I-75 and dropping straight south, but we have time. I'm going to cut over to Lake Michigan shoreline, a place called Sturgeon Bay. And then we're going to go down through an area called the Tunnel of Trees. Then I'll cut over to the freeway. Clouds are getting a little thicker. I don't know. It depends on rain. You know, if it starts raining, I'll just head back. Miles wise, we're not that far from the freeway, but we'll see. That was a lot of rough road to get over here. Here it is. It's called Sturgeon Bay. There's mighty Lake Michigan. Our last look at the mighty lake up close. What a great summer so far. Heck yeah. Part of the 2025 heck yeah travel season. Was that a siren or something for big waves maybe? These lakes, I mean, they can become very, very rough. Huge waves crashing in, big storms. We're losing our blue sky here, aren't we? Well, from here I'm just going to keep trucking along the shoreline for a while. Pretty though. Calm before the storm, huh? Alright, welcome to Cross Village. I'm going to stop up here and change a camera batteries and take a break. Starting to get a few drops of rain hitting the windshield. Old buildings. Oh, what's this up on the right? Legs in? Oh, we gotta check that out. Heck yeah. Looks like a hotel, motel, something, lodge. Wow. That is fancy, isn't it? Stonework front. Those posts up there look like legs. That's interesting. It's like a little park or something, too. See what the story says. It's in named for the stove legs that trim the roof line. One of Michigan's most unusual landmarks. Polish immigrant created all this. He was an artist. I'll be darned. Back in the 20s and 30s, there's a totem pole. Looks like a little wooden teepee thing. Isn't this cool? Go figure, huh? I'll be darned. I bet a lot of people come up here. Huh. And it's still standing, be here forever. What this guy created. Cool. Beautiful flowers out front, too. Looks like there's a gift shop, but yeah, those white poles up there, they look like legs. The leg in. Yeah, check these flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? It does a lot of work doing something like that. There's some of his carvings in there. All that wood just looks brand new. What a neat place. Neat stop. Oh, the door. Huh. All right, well, looks like a few more little shops here. Just a little quaint small town USA right here along Lake Michigan. Interesting. Okay, I guess we get to drive through a tunnel of trees. Alright, I could actually make a left in this road and cut straight back over the interstate, which I'm not. Heck, we're here. Look at the tiny little post office. This will take us down to Harbor Springs. This is called the Tunnel of Trees Scenic Byway. 45 mile an hour. And this is one skinny little road, isn't it? All right. Well, enjoy the trees. There are private homes, huge, everywhere in here, buried in the trees, in this tunnel of trees. There's water. We're up on a cliff. And it just keeps going and going and going. I bet this would be the place to come for fall colors. My goodness. I got cars right behind me. I can't go that fast in the van. They're zipping down this road. All right, what's this here? Good Heart. Let me pull off here a second. Watch these guys. Zip. Zip. They were in a hurry. They probably live here. They know the road. All right, let's head on down to Harbor Springs. More cabins on the right-hand side. That's the exclusive one. Because we're up on a cliff overlooking Mighty Lake, Michigan. Some of these driveways go straight down. All the lumber laying there. Looks like they're doing some construction. Not the best road. Watch this guy. Zip. Here you go. Not the best road to travel in a van. In a sports car, maybe. It's narrow and windy. It's okay. Well, they're not kidding. Tunnel of trees. They meant it. All right, looks like we're getting into Harbor Springs here. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you sign up for your newsletter. Putting one out once a month now. Got all kinds of cool stuff in there. Articles, blogs about previous travels, future travels, pictures. Got a merch shop. Armchair Traveler series is out. Also the 2025, heck yeah, travel series, mugs, hats and shirts and all that's out too. Which helps support the channel in future videos. Just like going through these trees, tunnel of trees. And beautiful. Michigan. Isn't this crazy? Once again, it's RVerTV.tv, and I appreciate it very much. Yay, made it. Woohoo. There's a lot of trees. The tunnel of trees. Scenic byway. Take it. Not really a whole bunch of places to stop, but it's pretty darn scenic to drive it. Once in a while you get a pretty good shot of the lake and all that. Well, getting a few drops of rain. Looks like we did what we needed to do this morning. I'm gonna cut over and pick up I-75. I'm gonna head south. We're heading for Ohio. Pretty cool old looking town here, Harbor Springs. Well, what a fun excursion up through Minnesota, around Lake Superior, across Michigan, the upper part. But definitely, I want to keep trucking east. We're going to go clear over to New York State if we can make it that far. But first stop will be Ohio along Lake Erie. What do you think? The journey never ends. Talk soon.